So here we have a question for you. It's an example. This player stole the ball on defense, played the passing lane, stole the ball, pushed the ball up court. Everybody's headed this way, right? These guys up here are kind of falling behind the play, as you can see. But these two are leading the break here. These two are trying to catch up, right? Now here's your question. What should the player with the ball do? I'll go ahead and let you think about that for a second. Now, let me save you some time and tell you that this is a trick question. Now, if it's not obvious to you why it's a trick question, well, there's no real polite way of saying this, but I think you don't understand. You don't understand. You just don't understand how things work. Um, and the answer, if I have to explain it to you, is it depends. Well, yeah, you might say that's obvious. It does depend. Well, then why? What service does it do to us to try to solve this extremely generalized question? It does us no good. It does us no good. Now, let's ask ourselves, what does it depend on? Well, there's probably an infinite. I can't think of a number high enough. There's literally an infinite amount of things that it depends on. Now, let's start with the most basic example and take it to the extreme. So you can see the infinite amount of detail that can give you an edge in competition. Let's start with the simple. Is this high school basketball? Let's ask ourselves some questions. I mean, I can get even simpler than that if you want. Let's move backwards for a second. How old are these kids? Let me see if I can get simpler than that. What time of day is it? Is it 8 a.m.? Are these 5-year-olds and it's 8 a.m. and it's really early for them? And they don't know what they're doing anyway? Is it 6 p.m. and these same 5-year-olds? Let's get even simpler. Is this girls or boys? That could affect the decision of what you do in this scenario. Now, let's go the other way. Let's start getting more complicated. Is he right-handed or left-handed? Is this player 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 tall? Is this player short? Is this player fat? Is this player skinny? Is this player athletic? Does this player look tired? Is this player breathing heavily? No. Is this player tall? Is this player short? Is this player fat? Is this player breathing heavily? Is this player right-handed or left-handed? This player white, Asian, black? Why would we ask these questions? Well, perhaps there's been certain characteristics displayed, common trends among the different nationalities that we can use to better anticipate our opponent in competition. Literally an infinite amount of detail. Now, if you could take this information and start to build a template on your opponent and add these little bits of detail and build a large, robust template on your opponent, it can help you better anticipate your opponent. Anticipate your opponent more accurately. Is the person trailing the play short, tall? Do they come from an abusive, a broken home? Were they an orphan? Are they from a rich family? Was he the oldest of the siblings or the youngest of the siblings? Or the middle child? How might that affect our decision? Okay, if this is our teammate and he comes from a broken home and you've known him for, how long have you known him? Okay, let's say you've known him for a year, but you've gotten to know him well over that year, and it seems that because of him growing up in a broken home, it's made him more aggressive. Maybe he'd be likely to finish strong. Let's say you're small and this guy's really big and fast and athletic, and you're small and not too quick, and you're crafty, but you're not too fast, you're not too athletic. Well, now we might think, well, this guy's probably going to block my shot. But maybe I can cut to the middle, he'll try to block my shot, and I can pass the ball to the aggressive kid who's likely to get a foul drawn against him versus one of these three. I mean, if you can innately think of these little details while playing without having to think about it, though, it just comes natural. If you can think of these things while playing, it'll give you a great edge. Now, it has to come intuitively. You have to absorb the game. You have to be in the moment, absorb the game, and let your template swell with information. And that's how we get in the zone.